Poked out for the goal kick. Corby thought they should have had a corner. The head of Callum Ballinger. Jordan Hayward. Look at cutting from the right-hand side. Ballinger was waiting, turned away. Did Hayward get the ball in time? No, he didn't. Tried to keep it within the confines of play, but referee's assistant rose the flag. Towards Draper. Ballinger brings it down. Hayward. And a slide in on Jamie Draper, catching the leg of the Sphinx defender, Danny Gordon, the offending player. And Sphinx, with an opportunity from the free kick, Gueston Woodward wants some further punishment for the Corby number 3. Callum Woodward with the free kick as Sphinx line up on the edge of the area and headed over his own goal by Gordon, who conceded the free kick. Sphinx starting to get some momentum after 17 minutes. Woodward again, Guest and Zito looking menacingly within the confines of the penalty area. Draper's there, Zito! And headed across the line by Ballinger! And Coventry Sphinx take the lead on 18 minutes! Ballinger's second of the season! Not quite the stunning strike he scored with his first, but they all count. Patrick Zito sliding it across the face of goal, but it needed that touch from Ballinger. The Sphinx number 10 is out again. Callum Ballinger with goal number 2 of the season, and Coventry Sphinx 1 up. So Sphinx have got a lead to defend against the league leaders who have not tasted defeat this season. Patrick Zito's gone down with an apparent head injury, and the referee is duty bound to stop the game. Corby faithful not happy with it, but there is an inkling of a head injury. The referee has to stop it. Lewis Guest, the now 30-year-old vice-captain. Great to see so many of the Sphinx faithful at Guest's 30th last week. And the referee not too happy with the... In fact, no, he was going to give it as a drop ball rather than a free kick. Drop ball takes place. Looking for Hale down the right-hand side, headed away by Young. Fantastic slide in by Callum Woodward. That's how you do it. Out for the throw-in, and some scrambling fans to our right trying to avoid that flying ball from Woodward. Slynn. It's with Macaulay, the captain, now with Spencer Edwards. Launches it towards Fletcher Toll. Thumped upfield by Patrick Zito. Lock. Dig in from the side by Spencer Edwards. No doubt he was going for the ball, but contact was made to the midsection. And a free kick on the halfway line. Edwards pleading his innocence, but the ref doesn't want to hear it. And a yellow card for Spencer Edwards. I can only imagine more for the reaction rather than the initial foul. Woodward looks would have Jude down the left-hand side. Edwards just able to get to the ball first. Clearance only as far as Finn Shorrock. Zito. Callum Woodward bundled over from behind by Matty Slynn. Butterworth handball claims against Zito. And ironic cheers from the Corby faithful as the referee has blown the whistle for the handball from Zito. Had his arms close to his side as he could, but the referee felt it wasn't enough. Here's Danny Gordon. Cannons off Jamie Draper and back towards Corby's half of the field. No nonsense stuff from Young all the way back to Ross Durrant as the sky starts to turn dark again. We've had enough rain for a month this week. We don't want to see any more, especially after last week's cancellation due to the thunderstorm. Durrant. Here's Rory Macaulay. That was Callum Milne at centre-back. Striding unopposed through the midfield and spots Gordon on the left-hand side. Finds Danny Gordon, trying to find his way for a sandwich between Hayward and Draper. Hooks it into the centre with Matty Slynn, Edwards, Macaulay. Corby forced to where they came from. Thompson Matthews and striding through to make the challenge. Here's Finley Shark. Look for the through ball to Alex Lock, and Lock has pulled up with an injury, and this does not look good. Corby deciding not to stop the game as Corby looking at Marcel and Zito punting the ball out, and Alex Lock, I'm afraid, could be set to leave the field. And Sphinx, who already have a nightmare situation with strikers, are going to be, well, can't even say another striker down, as Lockie is a centre mid who's been called in to play up front. I think he's going to try and play on. Sphinx out of 10 momentarily as Lock receiving some treatment. So this is the final game of Shea Willock's free match ban. He was supposed to be back in time for today's game, as was Joe Percy, but with the cancellation of the Quorn and Anstey matches, both are still suspended. Macaulay. All the outfield players in Sphinx's half. Rory Macaulay across to Joe Butterworth. Options left. Goes short with Young. Taking on his headband brother in Jordan Hayward. Pirouette by Gordon, was caught by Ballinger. Referee says play on. Chasing the ball is Jordan O'Brien. O'Brien gets to it ahead of Jack Downs. I'm going to pirouette his way around the Sphinx veteran. Lobbed in towards Fletcher Toll. Couldn't make contact with the cross. Now for the goal kick. And I'm pleased to say Alex Lock is back on the field. Tulani Omatola goes for a warm-up. They do have attacking options on the bench in Omatola, who still is lacking fitness, and Andre Williams, who is more of a winger but can play down the middle when called upon. As we said earlier, Shea Willock suspended, as is Sam Lockley. Cam Moore unavailable as well. So, like we said, Sphinx has been forced to play Alex Lock up front for the majority of Willock's ban. And there's been a goal at Ellen Road. Leeds United lead Coventry City by 1-0. Nonto putting the Peacocks in front. Thompson Matthews off the back of the number 7. in a race against Zito. Zito shepherded it out for the goal kick. Great defence on show from Sphinx's new rock at the back. The new shot stopper, Charlie Woods, yet to make a save in his Coventry Sphinx debut. If you're just joining us here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel, it's Coventry Sphinx 1, Corby Town 0. Goal from Callum Ballinger, putting the Sky Blue and Whites in front. We did have a 6-minute stoppage after a clash of heads between Jordan Young and Jordan Hayward. And there was an injury scale of Alex Locke as well, who has continued. Here's Gordon. Not for Thompson Matthews, but cleared by Guest. Kept alive by Milne. Locke first to the seconds, heads it on to Callum Woodward. Hayward the target, but it's Young who chests down and clears. Safely back with Woods. O'Brien thought about giving chase, but thought better of it. We're already over halfway into this first half. Remember, we'll be taking the usual half-time break here on the Sphinx YouTube channel. Young caught unawares. Gives the ball away to Alex Locke, who tries to shield it out for the corner and does so beautifully. The kick from Woods bounced towards Young, who couldn't make contact. In fact, he did make contact, but it was very brief contact. It will be a Coventry Sphinx corner to come in from the right. It was a corner that got Sphinx their goal. Yes, shrugging the Corby man aside. And this time it's brought down safely by Ross Durrant. Locke trying to get his head on it, but it was the keeper's ball all day long. Macaulay for Corby Town. With Callum Milne, his centre-back partner. Back to Macaulay, the captain. Through the middle to Tristan Thompson-Matthews. As with Slynn. Butterworth. Macaulay. Young free on the left-hand side. But short passing between the centre-backs, inviting Alex Locke in. Macaulay waiting a little too late there, and now plays the ball towards John O'Brien. On the right side of the box, nodded down and cleared for the corner by Lewis Guest. The Corby fans hoping for something to finally cheer about after an indifferent opening to this game. So updates from the Premier League. Arsenal 1-0 up at home to Leicester through Gabriel Martinelli. Chelsea have now equalised at home to Brighton. And in the Championship, Leeds lead Coventry City by 1-0. Corner from O'Brien. Out comes Woods. A punch from Woods. Didn't quite get the distance on that one. Gordon back in. And nodded behind again by Guest. And another ball will be needed. Thompson Matthews to take this one from the left-hand side. Thompson Matthews' delivery towards that near post, held away by Finley Shark. Thompson Matthews should be first to the seconds and is. Finds Butterworth. Space opens up on the left-hand side. Butterworth. Just a strike for Edwards. Oh, that would have been a ferocious hit. Just whizzes over the crossbar. Let's have a look through some of the goals in the Northern Premier League. Midlands, Sutton Coldfield are leading 1-0 at an AFC Rushden and Diamond side who have had a fantastic start to the season. Darts are now 2-0 up against Loughborough. Here's Jordan Hayward. Taking over from Locke. Dribbles to the right to the penalty area, needs some help. Oh, does he? Tipped around by Durrant. And cleared before he could go out for the corner. Jordan Hayward picking his spot beautifully, with Durant equal to it. Sphinx enjoying a fantastic first half. Shorrock, swing and a miss by Edwards. Jube looked to put it in. Did it cross the line for the corner? Yes, it did. Took a touch off Spencer Edwards, I believe, on the way through. And Durant picking up the ball just as it had crossed the line. So a corner to come from the left for the Sphinx. Craig Jones, Coventry's new first team coach, watching on. Replacing Ellis Lane, who returned to Coventry United earlier in the season. Woodward. Punched by Durant. Downs on the edge of the area. Forced to the right-hand side under pressure from Thompson Matthews. Tries to get the corner, but the backspin takes it away from the line. Draper in, headed away by Milne. O'Brien, nodded across by Fletcher Toll, headed into the ground by Guest. Can Woodward keep that within the confines of the park on the far side? Yes, he can. Delivery by Woodward, headed on by Locke. Guest was there too. Durant tried to pluck it away, but then realised it was heading wide. "32 minutes gone. There will be a bare minimum of 6 added minutes at the conclusion of the first half. But Coventry Sphinx maintain their 1-0 advantage through Callum Ballinger. Callum Milne. Trying to play it through the back line. Draper gets the call to leave it from the new Sphinx shot stopper, Charlie Woods. Easy pickings for the former Alchurch man, once of Quorn. Woods. Locke is the target. Milne gets his bounce on that one, headed on by Gordon towards Toll. It's Guest heading away. Woodward to Zito, volleyed on towards Locke. Chest control by Locke. Stretches for it and gets ahead of Butterworth. Lovely give and go with Jube. Stanley Jube trying to make progress down the left-hand side. Covered off by Spencer Edwards. Down line with the returning Finley Shorrock. Jack Downs. Avoids one, but runs into Slynn. Locke brings it back. Woodward chips right for Jordan Hayward. Can he evade capture from Young? Gordon on the scene now too. Here's Jack Downs. Takes aim. Dribble towards the near bottom corner, but Durant's able to keep it out. Fantastic football from Coventry Sphinx. And Finley Shorrock making the block on Tristan Thompson-Matthews. Down the left-hand side, needs some help. Ballinger barge decided it would be a throw-in only. About 10 yards down line from the penalty area. A break from Sphinx of Corby's own making. Shorrock along the left touchline to the goal scorer. Ballinger surrounded by white shirts. Brought to the ground but still maintains possession. Then the trip. But to have picked up the loose ball with the whistle blown for the free kick for Coventry Sphinx. Going up to the 10-minute warning at Sphinx Drive. Woodward with the free kick. Set pieces have been Sphinx's specialty so far this afternoon. Woodward. Draper's up there. Punched by Durant. Headed up by Ballinger. Woodward on the edge of the area. There's space for Alex Locke. Can he shoot? No. Side challenge from behind by Gordon. Locke down line to Woodward. Deflected through for Callum Ballinger. It'll trickle out for the corner. Coventry Sphinx have table-topping Corby on the ropes in the closing stages of this first half. Who would have expected this, given the tale of the tape before the game? In by Woodward. And a free kick. A bit too much pushing and pulling in the area. Jube got the header away, but it wasn't going to cause Durant any sleepless nights. Milne. It's Corby now trying to get themselves back on the ladder. Young, charged down by Hayward. Check control by Ballant, trying to flick it over the head of Butterworth, but it's off the head of the Corby number 10. And a drag from Draper on Jordan O'Brien and a yellow card. Taking one for the team there, Jamie Draper. Just in front of the Sphinx camera, about 5 yards into Sphinx territory. And Draper trying to laugh it off, but I think the referee's got that one spot on. We do give referees credit here. It will be Gordon with the free kick about 10 yards into Sphinx turf. Just in from the left touchline. It's going to go straight back to centre-back with Milne. Plays a 1-2 with the captain, Macaulay. Young. And with O'Brien. Butterworth. He's got Tristan Matthews to his right-hand side, but goes with Spencer Edwards instead. Slynn. Evades catcher from Woodward. Through the centre circle it goes. Callum Milne. Here's the bandaged Young. Stumbles in the challenge of Jordan Hayward, but it's away with Jordan O'Brien. Draper trying to keep him at bay. Twisting and turning away from the Sphinx number 2. Young stretch rip, but can only divert it into the path of Callum Ballinger. Asking a bit too much of Alex Locke. The clearance collected by the captain, Macaulay, who may well have a few things to say at half-time if Corby can't equalise before the break. Gordon on the halfway line for Corby on the left side. Butterworth wanted it played through, but switched to the right-hand side there. Edwards did well to keep it in, but the heavy touch takes it to Findlay Shorrock. And a sliced clearance by Jack Downs bounces out for the throw, level with Sphinx's penalty area. Had the backspin on it, bounced towards the goal line. Temperature starting to drop, but this game's just getting warmed up. Edwards. Headed by Macaulay, straight onto the roof of the net. Woods yet to make a save on his first Sphinx start. Corby will be looking to put him under some more pressure after the break. Well, there's been a flurry of goals at Stamford Bridge. It's now Chelsea 3, Brighton 2. What a game it is there. Coventry still 1-0 down at Leeds in the Championship. Downs looking for Hayward, headed away by Young, and a clash of heads there. It looks like Callum Ballinger concedes the fouls. He stuck his head into Matty Slynn's. Free kick outside the centre circle in Corby territory. Thankfully, this clash of heads nowhere near as bad as the last one. Reminder, there will be a minimum of 6 added minutes, probably more, after that injury delay involving Young and Hayward. Free kick headed away by Zito, Woodward. Due to Zito, looks for Alex Locke. And Milne leaping up and nodding that one into touch in front of the Willie Nibbs Memorial stands. Any Corby fans tuning in, Willie Nibbs, a dearly loved and missed Coventry Sphinx manager who sadly passed away on the way home from a match in 2001. Here's Butterworth. Looks for the run of Toll, turned away by Zito. Corby coming back for more. Here's Tristan Thompson-Matthews, and O'Brien could be through for the Evan here. He's still got 3 men in front of him. O'Brien stings the gloves of Charlie Woods, who's called into action for the first time in Sphinx colours. Woods with ball in hand, and we'll look to calm things down now. The last thing Sphinx want to do is invite Corby to bring the fight in the last 5 minutes of normal time. There's still going to be at least 10 to go until half-time. Probably closer to 15, actually. Shorrock caught in possession by Tristan Thompson-Matthews, both wrestling for possession, and Thompson-Matthews has got the call from the ref. Played short to Spencer Edwards at right back. Butterworth. Slightly scuffed ball, but finds Slynn. Dispossessed by Callum Woodward. Surrounded by white shirts, finds Jack Downs, who hooks it upfield. Straight to the feet of Milne. Now the pendulum starting to move in Corby's favour. They remain 1-0 down though. Sphinx with that Callum Ballinger goal, maintaining their advantage. Can they take it into half-time? Heavy ball by Milne. But guess loses it to Milne. And Zito thumps it out on this near side. Lewis gets to a nervy moment there. Trying to clear the ball, but it cannon off the Corby man. And invited Milne through. Patrick Zito mopping it up. Throw to come. Just about level with the penalty area through Danny Gordon. Gordon guesses up for it. It's Finley Shark who heads away towards the left-hand side. Milne hits the deck. Appeals of a penalty more from the fans than the players, but the referee waves it away. Throwing quickly taken by Butterworth. Slynn lobs it into the danger zone. Out comes Woods. Collision between Woods and Macaulay. Referee gives the free kick in favour of the goalkeeper who had claimed the ball anyway. Macaulay taking a little while to get back to his feet and getting a warning from the referee for the incident. And Chelsea has got a fourth goal in the first half against Brighton. Certainly watching that one on Match of the Day. All 4 goals coming from Cole Palmer. We're hearing it will just be the 6 added minutes. There's still about 2.5 to go before those minutes begin. Goal gets towards Locke. Milne with an unchallenged header to Spencer Edwards. Toll heads it into the area. No one home for Corby. Only Charlie Woods, who will take as many precious seconds as he can. They want to get into half-time with this lead intact and go from there. You have to feel if Corby get the equaliser, the ball will be in their court heading into the break. Powerful clearance by Woods. Towards Locke. Couldn't make contact with the ball, but Macaulay only finds Downs. Lobs it towards Jordan Hayward, off balance. Cushions it to Woodward. Look for Hayward again, but it's Young who gets it away. Lewis Guest. Overhead kick by Draper. Hayward. Was there a leap in the back there from Young? Referee said no. As Sphinx lose out. Shark tries to win it back in the air and does. Looks for Stanley Jube. Not into the touchline. Shark in a race against Edwards. Edwards won the race and gets the throw. Throw thumped on by Butterworth. Now it's with Jordan O'Brien. Starting to get a sniff for goal. Look for Toll in the air. It deflected away by Lewis Guest. Little stumble by O'Brien. Knocked off balance by Shorrock. Slide in by Callum Ballinger and he went through Butterworth to get to the ball. He's going in the book. He got the ball but went through the man to get it. Sphinx have already had 3 players sent off. They will hope it's not going to be anything more than a yellow. And it is a yellow card. The referee has got the card in his hand and a sigh of relief, really, for Coventry Sphinx. Although it did look like a yellow card challenge. The Joe Percy red card a few weeks ago didn't even look like a foul. So you never know with Sphinx's look at the moment. But again, the referee with the right decision, you have to feel. Referee today, Mr. Edgar Brown. Sphinx lining up to defend their goal, their lead, their points. As it's hooked in from the right. Headed towards the net by the captain, Rory Macaulay. And it took a deflection from the head of Lewis Guest. Was that the crucial intervention stopping Macaulay from equalising? Alex Locke getting some instructions from John Woodward on the sidelines. He's the only man staying up. 10 back for Sphinx. 8 up for Corby. Whipped in, it's Jack Downs who nods that one. Return to sender, Thompson Matthews. And a glancing header on by Spencer Edwards, well gathered by Woods. We are now into added minutes. We are led to believe there will be a minimum of 6 added minutes. Woods. It's a heavy touch by Jube, a little shove in the back by Spencer Edwards. Patrick Zito picks up the seconds. Woods towards Jube again. Edwards leaping up. His header towards the header finish. Shark who nods it into touch for the throw. Edwards has hurt himself in the process. Pitch at Sphinx Drive starting to cut up a little bit after the immense amount of rainfall we had during the week. Incredible work of the ground staff, meaning that the pitch was in playable condition. It is a little bit soft in places, so it's only expected that we see some of the turf being torn up. Corby will hope that they aren't forced into an early change. Spencer Edwards being helped back to his feet by the physio. Let's have an update on the latest scores around the grounds. Rushden 0, Sutton Coldfield 1. Bedworth 0, Racing Club Warwick 2. A surprise scoreline at the Oval there. Boldmere 0, Quorn 0. Coleshill 0, Wellingborough 0. Loughborough 0, Darlaston 2. Lyne 0, Grantham 1. Calcester 2, Rugby Town 0. Walsall Wood 0, Long Eaton 0. And Worcester 2, Hinckley 0. Those are the latest scores from around the grounds in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Coventry City still 1 down at Leeds in the Championship. And here at Sphinx Drive it remains Coventry Sphinx 1, Corby Town 0, as we have just over 3 minutes of the additional 6. Edwards. Pushed away by Lewis Guest. Downs. Header finds Locke. Flicks it over one, but runs into the path of Milne. Macaulay, who stayed up. Launches it left-hand side, but no one home for Corby. A little war of words here between the two captains, Macaulay and Woodward. I don't know much about Macaulay, but I'm pretty sure it's a award that he won't win. Ballinger finds Jordan Hayward, crossing opportunity for Jordan Hayward, covered up by Milne. Cross deflected off the leg of Callum Milne, but the seconds fall to Locke. Delivery by Locke. Jube tried to cushion it with a chest, but collected by Spencer Edwards, and the referee has actually called time after 4 minutes of added time. We were expecting up to 6, as there was a 6-minute delay. But the referee has ended the first half there. Coventry Sphinx 1, Corby Town 0. And we're back for the second half here at Sphinx Drive. Half-time score, Coventry Sphinx 1, Corby Town 0. And Corby will be looking to get going straight from the off as they look to protect their unbeaten record. They're knocking it around their own backyard in the early going. Here's Callum Milne. Swat sides with Macaulay, it seems. Young. It's Macaulay again. To O'Brien. Chip ball looking for Jordan O'Brien. Lewis gets put to that on this near side of the field. It gets Spencer a throw right in the corner. Spencer Edwards with ball in hand. He's got Milne down line, but he's got to go for a slightly closer option. Well, he's got to try anyway. The short option being offered by Jordan O'Brien. Hooting towards that near post and header away by Zito. Volley back in by Edwards. Not the most confident of punches by Woods, but gets the free kick out of it. Jordan O'Brien intervening illegally. Backing into the Sphinx debutant Charlie Woods. Sphinx maintain their advantage, gained in the first half through Callum Ballinger. Young nods it down. Swift Slyn slides it left-hand side. Here's Gordon. The advantage was given there as Young was brought down. Butterworth flicks it on towards Fletcher Toll. Zito with the interception. Jube. Will the referee give the free kick to Sphinx? No, he won't. And Edwards tripped as he tried to get back to his feet. He had the hands in the back of Stanley Jube. Referee said no. And then Edwards tripped on the prone legs of the Sphinx number 11. Then the whistle blew. Here's Macaulay in the centre circle. Callum Milne, his centre-back partner. It's a poor pass attempt by Milne, intercepted. And then gives the free kick away to Alex Locke after the interception from Jube. Tripping the outstretched leg of the Sphinx makeshift striker. Callum Wood will take it right on the halfway line on the left side of the centre circle. Woodward. Hayward's up there for it, as was Jamie Draper. Neither could make contact after the goal kick. Should be taken by Durrant. Some impressive saves in the first half, keeping the deficit at just the one. Could have been worse for the league leaders, and there's going to be an early change here for Corby. So a change within the first 4 minutes of the second half. The young man who was the centrepiece of a head-to-head injury early in the first half, Jordan Young, is replaced in what appears to be a straight swap with Alfie Wren. 1-2 play between Wren and Butterworth. Gordon puts it on towards Tristan Thompson-Matthews. Jack Downs ensuring they won't reach its intended target. Jordan O'Brien, and a throw-in knocking on the door of Sphinx's penalty area on the left wing in front of the new stand on the far side of the field, which encases the majority of the Corby faithful this afternoon. Thompson-Matthews, blocked by Draper. Wren keeps it alive for Corby. Low drive, deflected out off Draper again, I believe. A throw-in level with the box for the Steelmen. So-called due to Corby's links with the steel industry, known affectionately as Little Scotland natives, given its large contingents of Scottish nationals. Thrown towards that near post, it's headed away by the first man, Jordan Hayward. He gets the second as well in front of Danny Gordon. At the expense of a throw again in front of the Corby fans. Gordon to Butterworth. Back to Danny Gordon. Beats Draper. And the strike brilliantly punched wide by Charlie Woods. An outstanding save. The strike from Joe Butterworth looked like it was goal bound, but Woods denying the Corby man in superb style. Corby have the bit between their teeth now. Can Sphinx keep them at bay? And hit off the post. They're getting closer and closer, Corby Town. Well, the effort from Jordan O'Brien whiskers away. Well, Fletcher Toll's got his number 9 shirt back after it was removed with blood on it after the injury to Jordan Young. Shark looking for a sky blue option, but now Corby are coming back for more. Wayward ball by O'Brien. Cleared by the Sphinx back line. Slynn finds Macaulay, who are starting to assert themselves in this tie. And a wayward ball by Wren is handed on a silver platter for Alex Locke in the centre circle. But Locke's ball to Downs is under hit. Butterworth. Downs not giving up on that one. O'Brien gets enough line to find Spencer Edwards on this right-hand side. Everything's going Corby's way in the opening minutes of the second half. Chance to equalise now, surely for Jordan O'Brien. No, couldn't keep the effort down. It's the third effort on goal in the space of 2 minutes. Goal kick to be taken by Charlie Woods, and you have to think that if the second half continues in the fashion that it started, he's going to be a very busy man. Woods. Locke is the target, headed away by Macaulay. Draper in for it, Gordon. It's Butterworth. Here's Thompson Matthews from the left. Butterworth, slide by Woodward enough to take Butterworth's side off the ball, but Jube giving it away cheaply to Matty Slynn. Edwards, first time delivery, headed up rather than out by Guest. And the referee has given a penalty. Charlie Woods pushing the Corby man in the back to try and get to the ball first. A soft penalty for Sphinx to concede. And after the dominance of Corby in the opening 8 minutes of the second half, they have their chance to equalise. Well, on his Sphinx debut, Charlie Woods has to pull off something special to keep his new side in front. Fletcher Toll, the Corby number 9, is primed and ready to strike. Woods trying to delay the penalty as much as he could. Bounces the crossbar as Toll sets up. Toll converts. Corby equalise. Well taken spot kick from Fletcher Toll. Sends Woods the wrong way. And now Corby look to take that goal and run with it and try and get themselves in front. And now the away favour will have something to celebrate. Sphinx have got to try and find the rhythm that they ended the first half with. It's been all Corby since that whistle blew again. Here's Edwards. Look for the through ball towards Sol. Zito cuts it out. And swept away by Woods. Wren racing down the left. It's with Tristan Thompson-Matthews. Cut out by Hayward. And now the chase is on down the right-hand side with Callum Ballinger. Hayward's to his right. Ballinger needs options and finds Locke. Alex Locke trying to find his way for a sea of white. The ball pinballs through the back line and eventually brought to a halt by Durrant. The first sign of life after the break from Coventry Sphinx. Spencer Edwards at right back. Trying to find a route past Finley Shark. Shark wasn't going to let him through at the expense of a throw-in just into home territory. Edwards takes the throw to the feet of Milne. Wren. Under-hit ball collected by Jack Downs. Locke swipes it over the back line looking for Jordan Hale. Was he dragged down there by Wren? The referee says no, but he's just going to check on Jordan Hayward, who's stayed down momentarily. The goalkeeper, Ross Durrant, will be able to start again with the ball in hand. In fact, that's going to be a drop ball at the feet of Durrant. We've had 12 second half minutes here at Sphinx Drive. Coventry Sphinx 1, Corby Town 1. There's only been 1 minutes after the break. Kick by Durrant, Guest is up for it. Told him no, but that ball was landing. Ballinger. Jordan Hayward avoids the challenge. Eventually gets the free kick out of it. The slide by Macaulay was clean enough, and there was an infringement beforehand as Hayward wrestled his way through. I think it may have been Tristan Thompson-Matthews who made the illegal block. So free kick about 5 yards into Corby territory. Has that goal kicked Coventry Sphinx into life? Woodward. Guest beaten mid-air. Fletcher Toll is back to Shorrock. Gets it upfield to O'Brien. Jude makes the block and Toll trying to get to the second. Zito. Chance from behind. Takes it to Jordan O'Brien. O'Brien down the right-hand side. He's got options in the middle. It's behind them. It's Toll for the second. Lunge in by Stanley Jude. Took a piece of the ball. No penalty this time. But Callum Woodward has stayed down, and just as O'Brien was steadying himself to strike, the referee has stopped the game. Callum Woodward clearly in need of some help. Well, Woodward back on his feet. And we will get underway once again with a drop ball, I believe just outside the penalty area. And a yellow card for Callum Woodward, I can only assume for dissent. Well, Woodward, I believe, unhappy that the physio was called on. It was actually the Corby physio who ran onto the field, which means that Woodward had to leave the field of play. And it's going to be a drop ball to Coventry Sphinx. It's away by Woods. Draper as Wood was back on the field. Long ball ends up in the grateful grasp of Ross Durham between the sticks. for Corby. Cleared by Durrant. Guest nods away from Toll. Gets lobbed by Gordon. Another headed clearance by Zito. On by Hayward, and now a Corby man has gone down holding his head. I believe it's Tristan Thompson-Matthews who's landed awkwardly. Now the physio is called over. And a little bit of pushing and shoving from the Corby and Coventry Sphinx players. The referee going into his book again. It's, cards are plenty at the minute. If you're just joining us here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel, it's been a bit stop-start the last couple of minutes, but the vast majority of this second half has been dominated by Corby, who did find the equalising goal from the penalty spot through Fletcher Toll after pushing the back from the goalkeeper Charlie Woods.
Come on, keeper, do you want to play?
And there's been another goal at Ellen Road. Leeds now 2-0 up at home to Coventry City. It looks like the Sky Blues are heading away from Yorkshire empty-handed. Jaden Bogle with the goal on 49 minutes. From the drop ball, volley to the right-hand side for Fletcher Toll. Covered up by Finley Shark. Edwards is with him, as is Slynn. Tries to lower it into the area, diverted away by Pat Zito. Volleyed back into the danger zone by Macaulay. Draper away with the volleyed clearance. And now Locke trying to beat Macaulay to the ball. A little barge in the back of Macaulay, trying to block him off as the goalkeeper Durrant cleared. Draper bundled over from behind. The referee gives the throw in to Corby, and the Corby faithful now starting to get a bit vocal on that far side of the field. But Gordon taking the throw out of position. Well, the Black and White Army are making themselves heard in the new stand. Toll. Butterworth, has he got to strike him? Not on that occasion, he hasn't. Low and wide from the Corby number 10. Quick recap of the Premier League scores. Arsenal 2, Leicester 1, Brentford 1, West Ham 1, Chelsea 4, Brighton 2. Everton have turned it around. They're 2-1 up at home to Crystal Palace, and Nottingham Forest losing at home 1-0 to Fulham. Woods looking for Locke. One in the air by Macaulay. Nodded across by Jordan Hayward. Stanley Jube looks to dink it through for Alex Locke. Free kick given against Locke. He tried to wrestle his way past Macaulay. Locke getting frustrated at this part of the game. We've got just over 25 minutes to go, and there's going to be a substitution for Coventry Sphinx in the near future. It's Talani Omatola who's getting ready to come on. Thompson-Matthews threaded through for Spencer Edwards. Edwards with the ball in. Guest couldn't clear. And Edwards tried to take it on but couldn't control the ball in the area. A dangerous scenario for Coventry Sphinx, but they've survived it. Well, the new ball is going to be needed. After the clearance on this near side, Omatola not quite ready to come on just yet. Milne. Sphinx able to get it away towards Callum Woodward. Jube. Milne towards O'Brien. It's Finley Sharaku comes away with it for the Sphinx. Now Jube. Lock. Return to Stanley Jube. Lock free on the left-hand side. Alex Lock played through. Great move for Coventry Sphinx. Needs options in the area. Lock headed away by Wren. Thompson Matthews under pressure from Downs, but Spencer Edwards should clear the danger and does high one up the right flank. Tolls up there, but won't get to the ball. Patrick Zito ensuring that it will be a throw-in for the Sky Blue and Whites. And here comes the sub for Coventry Sphinx. We know it's going to be Talani Amatola coming on. Who's coming off? And it's going to be Callum Ballinger. So Amatola on. Looks like Alex Locker will now be slotting into a number 10 role. Ballinger's done his business, scored the goal that puts Sphinx in front for most of this game. And of course the equalising goal from the penalty spot. Making it 1-1. Here's Amatola, chests it down for Stanley Jube. Trying to get to the seconds there, but lofted away by Wren. Slid on by Alex Locke in the centre circle. Plays a 1-2 with Hayward. Locke with a bit of space to utilise, he can hit them. Little trip on the way through. Oh, Amatola tried to bring it to feet in the area, but it's locked and clear by Milne, and Locke has stayed down. They're going to continue here with Gordon. Tried to chip it over Charlie Woods, but Woods diving onto it, and Locke is going to need some help here. Paul Seddon, the Sphinx kitman, who is acting as Sphinx's physio today, joined now by the Corby physio. Sphinx could be forced into a second alteration in the space of a minute. In terms of attacking options, they still have Rowan Nui and Andre Williams amongst the subs, as well as defenders Callum Martin and Riley Nicholson. Let's see for the latest scores in the Northern Premier League. Midlands, Rushden and Diamonds 0, Sutton Coldfield 1, Bedworth 0, Racing Club Warwick 2, Boldmere 0, Quorn 1, Coleshill 1, Wellingborough 0, Loughborough 0, Darlaston 3, Lie 1, Grantham 1, Calcer 2, Rugby 0, Walsall Wood 0, Long Eaton 0, and Worcester City 3, Hinckley 1. Well, we can see Rowan Nui stripping off and getting ready to go. So it looks like the end of Alex Locke's day, unfortunately. Nui won't enter the field of play just yet. I mean, they want to re-evaluate Locke before they make a final decision. So it will be a drop ball. It's the feet of Charlie Woods. We've had 24 minutes of play. We are officially now back underway. Woods bouncing the ball as he looks to find a sky blue option. They're currently down to 10 men, but now Locke called back onto the field. He's going to continue, at least for now. Butterworth through the centre circle. It goes for O'Brien, but O'Brien's handed it straight to Jordan Hayward. Lunging on Hayward, nothing doing, and Hayward continues down the right, covered up by Wren. He's got Downs down line in support. Goes for the cross towards Amatola, straight into the grateful grasp of Ross Durrant. And another injury stoppage here as Durrant throws the ball into touch. Jordan O'Brien this time hitting the deck. It's been a very stop-start last 10 or 15 minutes. After that opening 10 minutes of dominance from Corby, Sphinx have found their way into it, but haven't been able to get any sort of momentum. And the change about to take place now for Coventry Sphinx. Well, every stadium announcement was getting booed at the moment. I feel like a Coventry fan at a Villa game at the minute. There's a change coming up for Corby as Jordan O'Brien replaced by Jack Noble. This one won't get booed. Wow, he even got a clap there. So Durant will get us back underway again. I think there's going to be a sizable chunk of added time with all the stoppages we've had in the opening 25 minutes of this first half. Sorry, second half, I should say. We're a lot further on than that. For a long left touchline header, back where it came from by Guest. Butterworth tries to get in the end. Noble chips it in for Edwards. Shot with the intended clearance. Blocked by Edwards, headed by Draper only as far as Butterworth in the penalty area. Corby lurking menacingly, but Draper with another header. Nui nodded onto Hayward. Now the counter begins for Coventry Sphinx. Hayward runs it into touch. Well pressured by Matty Slynn and Danny Gordon. Thrown in front of the Willie Nips Memorial stand halfway into away territory. Slynn rolls it across the back line to Callum Milne. Edwards at right back, back to Milne. Ross McCauley. Sorry, Rory McCauley, I should say. Headed up by Patrick Zito. Real melee for the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Nui. Stabbed on by Slynn. Neither team able to maintain possession for more than a second at the moment. Now it's brought to feet by Spencer Edwards. Edwards tried to get on the second into the through ball from Fletcher Toll. Bundled over Finley Shark. Free kick to the Sphinx in their own backyard. Both sides have made two changes. That's Alex Locke heading back to get some treatment after he was replaced. Well, the good news for Coventry Sphinx is Shay Willock is back next week for the trip to rugby. So hopefully Locke will be available for that one too. Sphinx will have an out-and-out striker for this crucial trip across the M6. McCauley beating Omatola mid-air. Woodward towards Omatola again. Shields it well, couldn't get to the seconds. It's away by Wren. Spencer Edwards cuts in on Finley Shark. Toll. Through ball for Edwards. Corby looking to put themselves in front. Sir Edwards, good run, curtailed by Lewis Guest. Appeals of a penalty from the fans, nothing from the players as they continue the move. Wren, again away from Guest. Headed on by Stanley Dube. Here's Omatola, needs support. Forced back into his own territory. Draper, was he caught as he thumped the ball up the right? Yes, he was. And Edwards has hit the deck too. We could be set for another stoppage. Edwards back on his feet, hopefully no treatment needed. And Andre Williams is preparing for Coventry Sphinx. You have to imagine it's going to be either Dube or Hayward heading off. So Sphinx are not done with this game yet. They can sense that the win is still there. Corby's dominance has waned recently. Guest. Amatola's up there and headed out for the corner by Wren. Durant telling him to leave it. Wren obviously didn't get the call. And now Sphinx with another opportunity from the set piece. Remember, it was a corner which gave them their goal through Callum Ballinger. Callum Woodward. Brought down by Durant as Pat Zito hit the deck. Quick throw to Wren. Draper intervening. Woodward up for it. Jamie Draper thumps it on. No one home. Knew he's going to give chase. Try and force Slynn into a mistake. But now Jamie Draper has gone down holding his knee. Well, I mean, in this game, there's been more injury stoppages than in the entirety of the games we've seen so far this season. Riley Nicholson also stripped off and ready to go for Coventry Sphinx. So we could be seeing the end of Jamie Draper's day. Draper's been playing at right back today. Usually he's utilised as a centre-back. But with Joe Percy still suspended, he's got one game left after today. He should be back for the trip to, I think it's Darlaston coming up after rugby. No, in fact, it's AFC Rushden Diamonds. So Tuesday after next, it's away to AFC Rushden Diamonds, and that should be Percy's return game as Draper is helped off the field. The substitution will now take place. Nicholson replacing Draper. So Williams will have to wait for his introduction. That crossfield ball collected by Shorrock. Jube just keeps it in. It is eventually tapped over the line by Edwards, who thought the ball was already gone. Lies in front of us saying the ball was not completely over the line. Back heel by Woodward. Oh, it looks fancy if you pull it off, but he couldn't. Edwards away. And on the halfway line, the overhead kick by Jack Downs, almost taking our Corby counterpart there. On this side of the ground, you really do need a crash hat. And another ball on the pitch. The referee might have to stop the game here. It will continue. Here's Zito. Dinks it along the touchline. Only as far as Edwards. Thompson Matthews lobs it up, looking for Noble. Shorrock gets his body between player and ball and gets the foul. Well worked by Shorrock. And here comes the fourth change for Coventry Sphinx. It's Jordan Hayward heading off. Last 10 here at Sphinx Drive. It's become a very cagey affair. Neither team willing to make that vital mistake. Sphinx set to get an immense point at home to the league leaders. Corby set to keep their unbeaten streak. They pass into the air and Andre Williams was just behind the ball, collected by Durrant, right on the fringe of his penalty area. Well, you got the strength of Omatola and the pace of Williams up there now. Sphinx have got a real chance of getting something from this game. Here's Nicholson holding Butterworth at bay. Looking for Williams, but it's collected by Slynn. Covered off by Nui. Gordon to Wren. Deflected through and over Noble. And Charlie Woods, yeah, he's going to go for some time wasting again. Sphinx are going to be happier with the point than Corby would be. Woods. Down the centre of the park, Amatola is the target. Wood in the air by Wren. Seconds forward to Woodward. Hayward, I should say, is now on the left-hand side. His ball straight into the hands of Durrant. Callum Milne. Swung to the right by Butterworth. Shorrock knotted up rather than out. Toll onto the seconds. Nui through the legs of the number 9. Jordan Hayward. Stands strong against Slynn. Hayward into the area. Amatola, can he turn and shoot? Rowan Nui just needs the space to get the shot away. It's Nui deflected. And into the hands of a kneeling Durrant. What a time it would have been for Nui to score his first senior goal. Macaulay. Tense times at Sphinx Drive for supporters of both clubs. You start to feel tense even if you're a neutral at this point. Wren. There's space for Gordon to utilise. Nicholson with a slide in. Great tackle. The throw 15 yards into Sphinx territory, taken quickly by Wren. Tristan Thompson-Matthews. Going to jockey his way into the box. An unfortunate stumble by Noble. Couldn't get onto the ball with a clearance only as far as Butterworth. Milne. Corby coming back for more. And it's into the Corby half again momentarily with Wren, who now strides on. Toll. Noble cushions it for Thompson-Matthews. Dinks it into the area, but no one home. The Sphinx sky blue defensive wall preventing anyone from getting through, and Woods now bringing the ball into his grasp. 7 minutes of normal time to go. Wouldn't like to say how many added time there will be. Nui sends Hayward on the race down the left-hand side. Jordan Hayward beats Callum Milne to the ball, tries the cross. Milne makes the block. And Edwards picks up the seconds. Has got to find a route out of danger. Drags Hayward away from Milne and finds the number 5. Attack over for Sphinx for now. Butterworth. Edwards skews it out down the right-hand side. Great pressure on show from Nui and Shorrock. Forcing the throw in for the Sphinx. Well, Jamie Draper is being held back to the treatment room. It's not a good sign for Coventry Sphinx, that. They do have one last change they can make. Cal Martin waiting on the bench. If they decide to just shut up shop and go for the point. Throw-in headed out by Milne, and another throw-in much further afield. Finley Shorrock now halfway into Corby territory. Shorrock, he's got Woodward in support, goes for Amatola. Return to Finley Shorrock. Nui had space to shoot, now closed down by Macaulay. Woodward curls it right. Andre Williams will give chase against Danny Gordon. Gordon wins that race of pace, and it will be a throw-in just in from the corner. That's where it's the last 5 minutes. Upfield towards Andre Williams. Nearly got his head on that one for Coventry Sphinx, but it's Wren asking a lot of Noble. Zito tracking back. Patrick Zito shields well and finds Woods. Charlie Woods, who conceded the penalty, which at the moment will give the away side a point. Amatola stumbles over, allows Butterworth onto it. Toll is the target. Can Fletcher take his toll on Coventry Sphinx? Slynn. Butterworth. Little drag on the shirt from Jordan Hayward. Free kick in a prime shooting position. Just outside the penalty area. This is what Corby have been waiting for. Well, it's gone from bad to worse for Coventry City. It's now 3-0 to Leeds. Joel Pinto, sorry, Piro, I should say, making it 3-0 to Leeds. Chance to win it for Danny Gordon. Whips it over the woodwork. Plenty of power. At the moment, we are heading for a draw. It'll be Corby's second draw of the season. Only the second time they failed to win in the league this season, but of course there's still just over 3 minutes left. Distribution from Woods towards Amatola. Amatola shields well. Deflected to Andre Williams. Loses out to Wren. Gordon. Chest control by Noble, who drops to his knees. Butterworth on. Only as far as Guest. Chest control by Wren. Switch to the play to Spencer Edwards. Space in the middle now for Slynn. Everyone back for Coventry Sphinx, protecting this point to the last. Edwards, cushion header. Was looking for tone. Thumped away on the volley by Patrick Zito. Up there for man of the match again. Edwards tried to shimmy his way around Sharrock, loses out and then trips Sharrock on the way out. And Edwards could be in trouble here. Just a word of warning from Edwards. 2 minutes left, plus stoppages, of which I assume there will be a fair few. It's been a very soft start this second half. Charlie Woods looking to make an impact on his debut. Well, Toll doesn't look the required 10 yards. But Woods does clear it, looking for Jordan Hayward. Thumps it into the air. It's a high one from Hayward. Durrick sees it coming all the way. Brings it down and gets Corby on the front foot immediately. Here's Matty Slynn, followed all the way by Rowan Nui. It's run curtailed and heads back with Milne. Now it's with Macaulay. Noble, pressure from behind by Lewis Guest. Holds him off and finds Slynn. Thompson Matthews, Edwards. Corby are not done yet. They want these 3 points. Callum Milne, space on the right for Tristan Thompson Matthews. Slynn again. Corner on the left-hand side is Wren. It won't reach him thanks to the head of Riley Nicholson. Andre Williams launches it towards Amatola. Headed back to the keeper by Edwards. Callum Martin looking set to come on for the last couple of minutes in what will be a defensive change for Coventry Sphinx. All the attackers have been brought on. Corby slowed down to a snail's pace here, and a hopeful ball down the right-hand side. Hopeful was the word. Successful wasn't. Easy pickings for Sharrock, who hooks it down this left-hand side. Headed by Milne. Butterworth. That's with Macaulay, the captain, looking to lead his troops to victory. Zito heads it to the left-hand side on the edge of his penalty area. Sharrock finishes the job. Butterworth's header to Thompson Matthews. Toll can find a route around Nicholson, who slices it across to the right-hand side. Williams, has he kept that one in? No, not quite. The former Hinckley man. Sphinx ready for their last change. And there will be 5 added minutes at the conclusion of the second half. Zito. There was a tangle with Spencer Edwards and the referee's given the free kick. About 5 yards outside the penalty area. And Corby with another opportunity to take the victory. No sign of any further substitutions for Corby. They've made just the 2. We've had a minute of stoppage time, 4 left. Danny Gordon wants it, and Danny Gordon will get the opportunity. It's these moments that matter to a player. The chance to win a game, to take it all. Will Gordon take that chance? Butterworth standing over it too. 4-man wall awaits. It's Danny Gordon again. Height is an issue. Rather anticlimactic for Corby. 3 minutes left. Can Sphinx either hold on for the point or push on, try and get the victory? It's anyone's game at the moment, but time is running out. Woods towards Amatola. Headed away by Macaulay. And Rowan Newey steams in, gets the ball ahead of Spencer Edwards. Jordan Hayward's down line. Woodward now looks for Hayward. Hayward wasn't ready for it. It will head out for it. No, it's just kept in by Durrant. Ross Durrant volleys towards the final third. Slynn. Head to Edwards. Thompson Matthews, Edwards, charged down by Jack Downs, another throw-in. Just in front of the Sphinx gantry, 2 left. Milne. Guest was up for it. Heads it between the legs of Noble. Jack Noble to Matty Slynn. The game's still there for Corby. Gordon lofts it in. Woods diving for it, but I think he knew it was heading wide. And Charlie Woods in no hurry with the referee trying to speed him up a little. Charlie Woods with the goal kick. There it goes towards Amatola again. It's nodded on for the defender only as far as Callum Woodward. Hayward will give chase. One last chance for Sphinx. Crossing opportunity from the left. It's a low one. Diverted away by Slynn. Hayward first to the second. Sharkers with him. Jordan Hayward looks for Amatola. Amatola, Hayward! Oh, he had the chance to strike, but he couldn't bring the ball to feet. And now Corby have Sphinx on the run. Fletcher Toll, left side of the box, end-to-end stuff. Cross diverted away by Lewis Guest. Seconds remaining at Sphinx drive. Gordon into the centre circle with Milne. Last chance saloon for the Steelmen. Again a header away by Williams. Danny Gordon. Butterworth. Jordan Hayward Callum Woodward gets there first. Now Jordan Hayward. Amatola Corver on the left, on the right-hand side. Hayward carries on into the area. Looks for Amatola, couldn't get the cross right. And the referee calls time on proceedings here at Sphinx Drive. An unexpected point for Coventry Sphinx. Sphinx taking the lead in the first half. That goal from Cullen Ballinger enough to get a share of the spoils. It would have been all three if not for a penalty for Corby. Tucked away by Fletcher Toll. But Coventry Sphinx will become just the second team of this league season to stop Corby taking all 3 points. Final score in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Coventry Sphinx 1, Corby Town 1. And that's all she wrote here on Coventry Sphinx's YouTube channel. We're back next week with a vital trip to Rugby Town. The highlights will be available tonight here on the Sphinx YouTube channel, so hit them up and have a look when you get a chance. From everyone here at Coventry Sphinx, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.